Hey everybody, this is Darren Van Dam and you're watching Flick Connection, the show that helps you get more out of movies. And today, it's time for the Flicks of the Week, where I'm going to give you 2 solid recommendations from every major streaming service, as well as my pick for rental this week and for the theater. So starting off with Netflix, No Country for Old Men was just added back to Netflix. It's been off for a really long time. They've been kind of dabbling around with Coen Brother movies for a while. To me, it's up to Lebowski and No Country for Old Men as being the best Coen Brothers movies. This one's so taut, it's so well done. I know a lot of people that don't like it, most likely don't like it because of the way, not the very end, but maybe the last 10-15 minutes or so. It almost feels like a different movie at that point. I do like the way this movie wraps up, but I get it. But let me know in the comments below what your favorite Coen Brothers movie is. Later this week, Hostiles comes to the platform. It is the newest new release to be added to Netflix. This stars Christian Bale. It came out in theaters just back in January, so brand new release, but it is a Western about some people that are having to travel through hostile territory where the natives are hostile. So it's good, it's dark, it's gritty. It's not a big sweeping Western like an old school one. It's very unique unto itself. It's a little dry, but an incredible performance from Christian Bale. As always, really, really good little movie, especially if you just want to watch something new that you've never seen before. This is a really safe bet. On Amazon, an oldie but a goodie, The Elephant Man, directed by David Lynch. Not only is this an incredible true story, the way it's directed by Lynch is just so kind of heartbreaking. I mean, it's about a real man in England named John Merrick who had possibly the most horrific birth defects ever seen, and especially for someone that live into their 20s. And because it's a period piece, it's got some really just incredible old London elements to it, but also because it's Lynch, it's got some really artistic elements to it that really just evoke emotion in ways that you may or may not want to feel, but really, really great film. If you've never seen it, I highly recommend it. Another oldie but a goodie from the 90s, The Usual Suspects. A great little flick. If you've never seen it, I cannot recommend it enough. Is it a masterpiece of filmmaking? No. It's a fine movie, but it's such a good story, and it's so fun to watch. The characters are great. It is a classic for a reason. It's been in like the IMDb Top 100 since it came out. I mean, it really is just a fan favorite. It's one mass audiences really like, and film critics really respect as well for a lot of different reasons. It's got some really incredible twists, and again, the story's just great. It is a gritty crime movie, so if you're sensitive to anything like that, skip it, but most of my audience would absolutely love this movie. On HBO, I've got another dark one, Stir of Echoes. Now, I talked about this one a little more at length on the podcast. I'll put a link to the podcast in the description below. But this one actually came out right after The Sixth Sense. But it was written and produced really while The Sixth Sense was being produced as well. But because it was so similar, it really got overlooked because it just seemed kind of like a knockoff. And it totally does seem like a knockoff, but it wasn't. It was an original idea, and it is good. Had The Sixth Sense never came out, this would be hailed as more of a classic movie. Be sure to watch the original, though, with Kevin Bacon, because there is a sequel with Rob Lowe that I do not recommend you watch. Tarantino's Jackie Brown is also available on HBO. It's kind of the lesser loved Tarantino movie, but I really do like this one a lot. It is a lot of dialogue. It's a lot of people sitting and talking, very little action, but the characters are so fleshed out, and not just like, not even like real people. They're almost like hyper real. They're just these really incredibly interestingly written characters, and so it's fun to spend the time with them. A lot of times you're just sitting in a room with 2 characters talking, and it's an interesting, fun experience. Not to mention, it is based on a true story, and you do get this whole sort of crime caper that develops. not quite like a heist, but a money laundering thing that really sort of like is layered and has some tense moments. If you've never watched this one, I highly recommend it. Now, you may have noticed I just skipped over Hulu. If you're new here, I normally give you 2 Hulu recommendations. The reason I haven't is because everything available on Hulu, almost, with very few exceptions, is also available on Amazon Prime. So I'm essentially recommending the same movies, or at least pulling from the same list. Unless there's a huge outcry on this episode to bring back Hulu, I'm probably not going to bring it back, but I might replace it with another platform. So let me know in the comments what platforms you watch on. Is it Starz? Is it Showtime? What else are you watching? And I may consider adding those to my Flicks of the Week as well. And for my rental pick, I'm going to do something way different and bring in a fellow YouTuber, Bluray Dan, to tell you about his pick of the week, which I happen to agree with.
What's going on, guys? I'm Danny from the Bluray Dan channel, and first and foremost, let me just thank Darren so much for having me on here. I had him on my channel a few months back, and it's cool to kind of just swap and do this once in a while. Thank you very much, Darren. I appreciate it, man. It's good to be here. Now, this is going to be my pick for this week's biggest release, or one of the biggest. It's the biggest release, let's be honest, guys. It's already on digital. This one is coming out August 14th from Disney on DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K Ultra HD, guys. If you don't already know what it is, you're crazy. It's Marvel's Avengers Infinity War. This is the one that everybody's been waiting for, guys. This is 10 years in the making. I believe this is the 19th film in the MCU, and it was everything that I could have wanted. Honestly, from this build-up, it was everything I could have wanted. It's action-packed, it's comedic, it's dramatic, it's heartfelt, it's visually stunning. It's just, there's so many moving motions, but I think they balanced it very well. It comes with so many special features here, and this is one that if you guys have seen any previous Marvel films and you have enjoyed them, you enjoy superhero films, you have to check this out. So that's my pick. And I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Again, Darren, thank you so much for having me, man. Really appreciate it, man. It's good to be here, guys. If you want to check my channel out, check out Bluray Dan. Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
So definitely show Dan some love. Give him a little bit of a Flick Connection bump. Let's see how many people can go over there. Subscribe to his channel. Check his stuff out. He's always reviewing the new releases on Blu-ray. Very different from what I'm doing here with streaming services. So you'll know kind of what to rent more and more often if you check out his content. And then in the theater, Mile 22 is definitely the pick of the week. It's directed by Peter Berg, stars Mark Wahlberg. If Peter Berg doesn't sound familiar, he most recently directed Lone Survivor, Deepwater Horizon, Patriots Day. I've liked every single one of those. I think he shoots action in a very realistic way and sort of puts you right there. This is a shootout, shoot 'em up type of a movie. It's the first work of fiction he's done in quite a while, so I'm excited to see it. I think it's going to be really good. I will be going to see it, and I will be putting up a review on Friday morning. Just this past week, I reviewed The Meg, and I did a spoiler-free review and a spoiler review. So look for both of those for Mile 22 this Friday. But that is it for my Flicks of the Week. Thank you for watching. I do have some new benefits over at Patreon and some new supporters, so be sure to go over there, check out. If you want to take part in any of the benefits I'm offering over there, sign up. It's a great way to support the channel. But I will keep making videos like this as long as you keep watching them. But thanks for checking this episode out, and you will see me next time.